Okay, so I'm here today with Mr. Mundung, and we're going to have a chat today about his matter, how it resolved, and with a little background. But what I want to start with first is a little background from myself as to what his matter was about legally. So Mr. Mundung is what we consider to be a relatively complex claim that our firm took on board a couple of years ago to try to see if we can assist him. He contacted our firm while in hospital at the Alfred Hospital, and he was there because he had been shot while hunting with a work colleague in northern Victoria. And in the circumstances, we were a bit puzzled about how we were going to proceed with his claim. So we went to see him. We asked him a few questions at the hospital, and we thought that we could possibly assist him under the TAC legislation. We thought so because the driver of the car was unlikely to be able to provide the compensation that was involved in his claim, and the TAC could possibly do so. His accident occurred while he was accompanying or aiding someone in the hunting of foxes and rabbits in country Victoria. He was the spotter sitting in the car, and his work colleague was pulling out a gun inside the car on a regular basis to shoot the foxes and the rabbits. And in doing so on one occasion, the gun discharged, shooting into Mr. Mundung's leg and leaving him with one right leg which has been amputated. So when we looked at the matter, we looked at a compensation picture. But before we discuss how the matter resolved, I thought a few questions for Mr. Mundung, just to let you know who he is and how he came to our firm and what he thought about the way we acted for him. So, thank you. And by way of background, I do not speak Indonesian. Mr. Mundung is Indonesian. His English is not so good. He has a working basic knowledge. So in the background and outside of this video is a staff member of ours who is very fluent in Indonesian. She's Eliza Tan of our office, a solicitor, and she will be helping us with our discussion today with Mr. Mundung. Thank you. Now, Mr. Mundung, hello. Okay. Now, I would like to just for the audience so they can understand, can you give us a little bit of background from where you come in Indonesia? What is your work experience? What is your family experience?
Nama saya Mundung. Ya, saya datang ke Australia tahun 2011. Dan saya di Indonesia bekerja sebagai jual beli motor. Saya datang ke Australia dan saya langsung ke Mildura pada waktu itu. Saya bekerja di farm. Ya. Keluarga saya mempunyai 3 anak di Indonesia. Saya mempunyai 3 anak dan mereka semua sekolah. Saya bekerja di Indonesia, saya bisnis motorbike, jual beli motor.
And why did you come to Indonesia? Sorry, why did you come to Australia?
Pada waktu itu saya kekurangan modal dan saya pikir ya, saya datang ke sini kalau bisa saya bisa bekerja.
Earn some money to go back to Indonesia?
Yeah.
And where did you find work? Where did you start working for? Where did you start working in Australia?
Saya pertama mulai bekerja di Australia di Mildura pertama.
Okay. And you're working eventually at a farm, I understand?
Ya, saya bekerja di perkebunan sebab itulah paling cepat lah kalau kita datang ke Australia mencari kerja.
Okay. And there came a day that you, or a night, that you were asked to go out with someone to go shooting or hunting foxes and rabbits. Am I correct?
Ya, betul.
Okay. And who was the person you went out to shoot the foxes and rabbits with?
Kita hanya pergi 2 orang. Saya pergi dengan bos punya anak mantu.
And while you were out that night, a mistake happened. The gun discharged in the car.
Yeah.
And you suffered a very poor injury, a very bad injury to your right leg.
Ya, betul sekali.
Okay. And eventually you found yourself at the Alfred Hospital here in Melbourne.
Ya, masuk.
And you contacted our firm while you were still in hospital.
Yeah.
Okay. And if I remember correctly, someone at the hospital recommended that you contact our firm. Am I correct?
Ya, dia memberikan beberapa pilihan. Saya memilih.
And I'll just, because I can't resist asking, I think you're happy with that choice.
Ya, sangat senang.
Okay, so when we spoke to you, we gave you information about how we thought we can get you compensation. And then we developed a relationship that's gone for a couple of years. Can you let me know what you think about the relationship you had with us over those years?
Hubungan saya dengan kantor ini bagus sekali. Apa yang dibicarakan sejak pertama saya bertemu dengan Pak Henry, dia pertama yang datang ke rumah sakit menerangkan ke saya, ya apa yang dia bicarakan itu dan terakhir sama, jadi tidak hasilnya itu baik.
Okay, and we try to provide a really good level of service to the persons who are clients, and I think that the level of service that you received was really good. You had one lawyer taking care of your matter. You had Eliza, who's in my firm, able to translate for you, and you always seemed to be satisfied with getting the level of attention. Did you find that the level of service was good for you?
Ya, servisnya sangat bagus. Jadi kita tidak, walaupun kita tidak bisa, ya bahasa itu kan sulit sekali, apalagi bahasa hukum ya. Saya bahasa Inggrisnya tidak terlalu ini. Jadi kita tidak mengalami, sebagai saya ini tidak begitu mengalami kesulitan dengan bahasa. Sebab bahasa important ya, penting sekali untuk hubungan kerja.
You also had a slight difficulty with your finances, in that you were needing some support while you were waiting for the outcome of your compensation, and you asked our firm for support. How did you find the support that you received? Were you happy with the support we gave you?
Oh ya, saya waktu itu mengalami kesulitan keuangan. Kenapa? Anak-anak saya sekolah dan saya tidak ada uang lah. Sebab saya belum bekerja. Saya tidak ada uang untuk mengirim mereka untuk sekolah, dan saya meminta bantuan di kantor ini dan ternyata ditanggapi secara positif, dan saya sangat senang sekali. Tapi saya pikir wah, kalau kantor lain saya tidak tahu ya bagaimana ya, kalau bisa seperti itulah. Dan sampai sekarang anak saya sudah kuliah kan, sudah masuk university dan tetap masih kuliah. Mungkin kalau tidak ada bantuan ya nggak ke university, kan butuh biaya besar kan. Untuk ukuran kita Indonesia lah. Terima kasih untuk bantuan keuangan itu.
Look, it's very satisfying to me that I'm in a position to help people, whether it's with financial or with my skills. So to have that chance makes me feel quite lucky, just to let you know. So helping you is really important to me. Now, about to tell the audience, because it's a little bit of understanding your legal claim, and I think you should still keep on learning about it. So, you've got a situation where a gentleman has been shot while hunting, and the gentleman unfortunately had no insurance and no finances and couldn't give this man any compensation for the injury that has been caused. So he would end up most of the time having to live his life missing his right lower leg without any compensation. I looked at the situation and I took advantage of my training. I previously worked for the TAC. I understand the legislation pretty well. I looked at the nature of the legislation and I thought that I could find a connection between the vehicle that Mr. Mundung was in and his accident. And if I can find that connection, TAC would then become the insurance company for that man that shot him. So I asked the TAC, will you provide that insurance support? Will you cover this event? And their response was no. This accident has nothing to do with the use of that motor vehicle. There's no connection. There's no insurance responsibility. So we eventually had to sue the TAC directly for Mr. Mundung. We had to actually litigate against the TAC to show that they are responsible for this event as an insurance company. And they fought it all the way for 2 years till we got to a mediation. And at that mediation, they finally accepted that they could be found to be the insurance company for this event. We got a really good result at the mediation. A considerable amount of the value of his claim was paid by TAC. But what was of interest to me was a conversation that I had with a representative of the TAC responsible for these types of claims after his mediation. The gentleman said to me when I first commenced the litigation, he thought it was an absolute ridiculous claim. There's no way that the shooting of this man could be related to the use of a vehicle. But as time passed, and as the argument was put forward to him, and as he learned more and more about how this particular event occurred, the more he accepted that TAC could be found to be the insurer. From my experience, and previously working for the TAC and knowing the industry here in Melbourne, I can tell you that very few law firms in town would have taken on your matter or could have achieved the argument that we achieved. Even the barrister that you had working with us on the day was at first doubtful that the argument could succeed. It was only after a long discussion with me that it finally clicked to him that the argument had merit. And the difference is massive, Mr. Mundung, because if we didn't succeed, you would get nothing. And so getting that argument across in an intelligent, forceful way was so important for TAC to accept that it could be the insurer, that it could be responsible for your claim. Okay, so you've come in to do a video for us, and we know that that means a lot for us. So we want to say thank you for that.
Ya, sama-sama juga saya mengucapkan terima kasih karena kasus yang ini telah ditangani dengan baik oleh Pak Henry, karena kasus ini boleh dikatakan sangat unik ya. Jadi kalau kita melihat kasus lain kita sudah bisa melihat, ini kasusnya belum kelihatan. Jadi Pak Henry mencari bagaimana cara dengan segala kepintarannya, pengalamannya dia, dan yang terutama itu rasa untuk menolong sehingga dia bisa menyelesaikan kasus ini dengan baik. Rasa untuk menolong.
Thank you, Mr. Mundung. Okay, appreciate that very much. Thank you.